Červená se jablíčko, zahrát se nám zdálo. Můj milej nic nevidí, na něj, že se smálo.
So, I made it this far. Ave Maria, gratia plena. I don't know the rest in Latin. But she'll understand my native tongue too, won't she? Holy Mary, Queen of Heaven, Merciful Mother, Just Virgin, loving, yes, loving and forgiving.
순례를 마친 헨리는 고드인에게 파리지행 선생에 져서 필사본을 받은 뒤 수도원으로 돌아온다. 하지만 수도원 요한카의 방은 텅 비어 있었다.
Where's Johanka?
She's locked up at the rat house. Orders of the bishop.
Locked up? For what?
For heretical speeches. Run along now. If you want to chat about it, go and talk to that monk who smells like an apothecary shop. He's in a flap about it too. Take care now.
주교 경비병의 말을 들은 헨리는 곧장 니코데무스 수사를 찾아간다. 수사는 헨리에게 요한카가 이단을 퍼뜨린다는 소문이 퍼져 교황청에서 이단 신문관을 보냈고 요한카는 구금되었다고 했다. 이단 신문관이 요한카에게 설교를 중단하라 명령했지만 요한카는 금지령을 무시하고 계속 설교를 하였고 결국 잠복해 있던 이단 신문관에게 잡혀 구금당했다는 것이다. 수사는 걱정되었지만 나서기 두려웠고 결국 요한카를 보고만 있을 수밖에 없었다. 이 말을 듣고 헨리는 다음날 이단 신문관을 만나게 되는데
Sir, I am...
Henry of Scarlet, from the garrison of the royal hetman, Sir Radzig Kobyla. I've heard a lot about you, my son. I'm pleased to meet you.
헨리는 이단 신문관을 설득하려고 했지만 그는 단호하고 냉정했다. 하지만 그렇다고 말이 안 통하는 사람은 아니었다. 그래서 헨리는 요한카의 대변인이 되길 요구했고 주교는 고민 끝에 승낙했다. 그리고 요한카를 변호할 수 있는 증인을 데려온다면 주교는 증인을 신문하여 요한카의 죄를 판단한다고 하였다. 마지막으로 헨리는 요한카를 만나 이야기를 하고 싶다고 했지만 주교는 허락하지 않았다. 헨리는 이 난관을 어떻게 극복할 것인가? 헨리는 친구를 구하기 위해 많은 사람들을 만나 설득했다. 순순히 도와주는 사람들도 있었지만 요한카를 나쁘게 생각하는 사람들도 적지 않았다. 헨리는 최선을 다했다. 이제 남은 건 요한카를 만나는 것뿐.
Clear off. No one's allowed to talk to Johanka. Bishop Yaroslav's orders.
I know. I was just testing you. And you passed. I'm with the bishop's entourage, and I'm here at his command. Let me in to talk to Johanka.
How come I didn't see you with him when he arrived then? Bugger off and try your tricks somewhere else.
헨리는 마음이 급했다. 그래서 결국
You call that combat?
Blood spilt.
Johanka, are you alright?
Yes, Henry. I'm fine. I'm glad to see you.
I spoke to the Inquisitor. He wants to put you on trial.
I know. It's all in God's hands now.
No, it's not. I mean, it is, of course. But the bishop has allowed me to defend you.
You want to defend me? Thank you, Henry, that's very kind of you. But you needn't bother. Our Lady won't let anything bad happen to me. I am her instrument, and I am completely in her hands. Everything that's happening is her sacred will.
But I won't stand by with my arms folded. You need someone to testify for you. As I said, I will defend you.
If you insist, maybe it's the will of the Virgin that you came to me. So be it then.
헨리는 요한카를 설득해 보았지만 결국 요한카는 생각을 굽히지 않았다. 헨리는 불안했지만 방법이 없었고 그렇게 재판 날짜는 다가왔다.
Let us begin.
재판은 시작되었고 요한카의 진심과는 달리 요한카를 이단으로 생각하는 의견들도 있었다. 하지만 헨리의 노력으로 대부분 요한카를 돕기 위해 최선을 다했다. 하지만 헨리는 모르고 있었다. 자신이 날린 비수가 다른 사람을 향할 줄은.
I'd like you to listen to Adela. She amended her life and doesn't live in sin anymore, all because of Johanka. Johanka helped people selflessly, not for any benefit, and Adela can testify to that.
All right. Bring this Adela. Adela, until recently you were living in the nearby town of Ledechko, is that so?
Yes.
And how did you make a living there?
I served at the baths, laundering and repairing clothes and preparing the baths.
Is that all?
No. Sometimes I went with the fellas and pleasured them for money. But I don't do it anymore. I swear. I changed my ways on account of Johanka and Henry here, and now I lead a decent life.
You're saying you simply gave up your profession?
Yes. Henry convinced me, and Johanka took me in.
Very well. Thank you. And since you left Ledechko, have you sinned with anyone?
Well, it was only the one time, monsieur.
And with whom did you sin?
With Henry.
Well. So Henry leads loose women to the path of righteousness, only to drag them back into sin again.
It wasn't quite like...
Quiet!
재판은 여러 번의 위기가 있었지만 그래도 성공적으로 끝나는 듯했다. 이제 남은 건 요한카의 마지막 신문이었다.
Nothing remains but to question Johanka herself. Johanka of Skalitz, you've heard the accusations brought against you, and we have also heard several testimonies. I already questioned you earlier. It must be added that the guard assigned to watch you was found dead.
There is no other explanation than that this deed was perpetrated by one of your supporters, which signifies your guilt.
Johanka, do you wish to revise the answers you gave earlier? Or do you stand by what you said?
I stand by everything I told you.
So be it. I expressly forbade you to continue preaching, and you promised not to do so. You defied my instruction and broke your promise. Why?
Forgive me, Monsignor. But I could do nothing else. Our Lady asked me to do it, and I couldn't refuse her.
and I did the right thing. The Virgin Mary visited me again in my cell and showed me new things. Monks and prelates who took off their robes and put on princely cloaks instead. They threw down their staves, buckled on swords, and placed crowns on their heads. They rejected Christ's example and hoarded wealth for themselves. They paid no heed to the people, but only gave them absolution for money and...
Silence! You will not speak like that. I have already heard more than enough. These proceedings are closed. You may leave. Johanka will now hear my verdict.
Johanka, are you aware you're facing very grave accusations?
Yes, Monseigneur. I am.
You stand accused of preaching from ignorance and leading the people away from the protective embrace of Holy Mother Church. If you do not recant, you will suffer grave consequences. Pride and ignorance clouded her reason. Child, it would distress me greatly to have to pronounce a verdict of condemnation. Speak then. Do you recant your sermons and swear never again to preach to the people? And are you prepared to repent?
As God is my witness, I did all this with good intentions. And
The Virgin Mary did visit me, and I would be lying before her, before God and my own conscience, if I denied it.
If you don't recant and return to the bosom of Holy Mother Church, then you have sealed your own fate. Take her. We must all be ever vigilant of Lucifer's evil designs and avoid being caught in his snares. Only Holy Mother Church can safeguard all Christian folks from the onslaught of the devil. Only Holy Mother Church cares for their souls so they may find salvation in the kingdom of heaven.
It's all true, and the will of the Blessed Virgin, her sacred will that I will never recant.
Sometimes, to save the body of the true church, it is necessary to amputate a gangrenous limb.
Full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed be the fruit of thy womb. Jesus. Holy Mary. Oh God.
Johanka of Scarlets refuses to accept the truth and recant her delusive preaching. Her tongue is an instrument of the devil. It must be plucked out and cast from the body of the heretic, along with the devil, so that her soul may be purged of evil.
Despite her suffering, Johanka remained faithful to her conviction. Brother Nicodemus tried to heal her terrible wounds, but in vain. Her cruel punishment was too much to endure. Matthias never lived to hear of Johanka's fate. Soon afterwards, he succumbed to his sickness. Although it's forbidden to bury a heretic in consecrated ground, we lay Johanka and Matthias to rest together, side by side, in a place where I hope they will finally find peace. As Brother Nicodemus said, surely God will forgive us for following our hearts.
헨리는 끓어오르는 화를 참을 수 없었다. 요한카의 진심을 몰라준 마을 사람들, 부패한 수도사들, 그리고 자신의 실수로 인한 죄책감까지. 결국 요한카의 꿈속의 악마는 누구였을까?